invitation to interview for a technical account manager. Well, I was laid off in January of 2009. I was heartbroken, actually. I was there for almost 11 years, and it was really a place that I thought I would stay and I would retire from, because it's such a great company to work for. As soon as I got laid off, the very next day I started working on my resume, started looking for jobs online, and immediately started sending my resume out. And I had a really positive attitude. You know, I've never had a problem finding work before. So I immediately jumped in. I was excited to find a new career, and over a year later, unfortunately, I'm still looking for that career.
It's very difficult going from a two-income household to a one-income household. Dealing with it's been tough. I mean, everything comes to a screeching halt. All plans that you've had as far as, you know, renovating the house, making changes, going here, going there. We want to expand the family, and we've had to put things on hold. So everything takes a backseat to finding that income again.
You know, after over 300 positions I've applied for, and I've gotten 6 phone calls, 5 of those from recruiters, not from the actual hiring HR department or hiring manager. So it seems like my resume just goes into a void somewhere. It was really frustrating when you're putting all this effort out and you're not seeing anything come back for all the work that you're doing.
And it's a what type of position?
Technical account manager.
Okay.
Well, if someone's been in a job search for a while, and I'm going to say longer than 6 months, and they're not getting a lot of responses, or they're not, you know, making it through interviews and finding opportunities, they need to sit down and do an assessment with someone and figure out what they might be doing wrong.
Nice to meet you.
Some of the big things that I've seen is people spending all of their time behind the computer, just responding to postings online, sending out their resume where they see positions, when they really need to have a balanced approach of spending time doing face-to-face networking as well as responding to things online and researching companies. So it needs to be balanced between the two things. The other thing when people say they haven't heard anything is it may have a lot to do with how their resume is representing them as a candidate. The resume is playing a much different role today than it ever did before in the job search. I always say it's the myth of the one-page resume. Your resume needs to be as long as it needs to be to represent you as the right candidate, which is usually 2 to 4 pages. The other thing that's important for people who have been in a job search for a while is to find ways to stay up to date about the business that they're in and to engage in things. And that can be, again, through industry associations, networking groups, just volunteering, but getting involved in something. Because what will happen is if you've been unemployed for 1.5 years or 2 years and you go in for that interview, the person interviewing you will say, what have you been doing? You know, what's been going on? And you don't want your only answer to be, I've been sitting behind my computer applying for positions. You want to be able to talk about other things that you've been doing.
There's really no such thing as job security. It's an illusion. So anybody can go at any time, and if it does, it could very well be rough. It is a very huge emotional strain, and getting past that can be difficult if you don't have the right mindset.